What's going on, guys, and welcome to the first episode of My Player. Yes, we are back for another player career mode on this channel, and I am so excited to bring it to you as well. I've had quite a few comments from you guys asking when I'll be starting one this year, if at all, and I thought now is the perfect time to start it. With both my manager career modes in full swing, I thought why not add something else into the mix to keep the content fresh and give you something you'll definitely all enjoy. Now, for those of you that are new viewers to the channel, hi, welcome. I recommend clicking that subscribe button, as I do upload FIFA 18 videos every single day. But for those of you that have been subscribed for a while, I want to say thank you for staying patient with me, because I know I didn't do a player career mode last year, and I regret that too, because My Player was actually the first ever series I did on YouTube way back in FIFA 12. Bonus points to all of you that have watched that series, and player career modes are always one of my favourite series to make on FIFA every single year, and I know this one will be no exception as well, because in player career mode, I make my own stamp on player CM. I make the My Player a little bit unique on my channel, and I really enjoy player career modes every single year. They're one of my favourite things to do on FIFA. So as we began the My Players, we begin to play a career mode right here. You can see me setting up my pro. I will be taking over, I'll be joining the squad with Watford in this year's player career mode, just because right now they're getting a lot of plaudits, Marco Silva in particular, for the way he's currently coaching that team. And I thought Watford would be a really fun choice as well, because back in FIFA 16 I did a manager career mode of Watford, and that was one of my favourite manager career modes on YouTube ever. So if you enjoyed that, me as a manager of Watford, hopefully you'll enjoy me playing for Watford in this My Player. Now, I tried to make My Player look as close to what I do in real life. It was quite difficult though. I think I made the nose a little bit too big, yet the lips weren't big enough. I got those Kylie Jenner lips. They weren't quite as big enough. But I also want to ask you guys a question today as well. Why can you not use a game face on your player in player career mode anymore? Because I swear when you set up your virtual pro back in the day, you used to be able to scan your game face to put yourself fully immersed in the game. But maybe that wasn't an option. Maybe my mind's playing tricks on me. Maybe I'm forgetting it wrong. But I couldn't find an option this year anyway, so I had to make it myself. And again, didn't think I did that bad of a job. But regardless, I will be starting as a central attacking midfielder in this Watford team. Now, obviously, a lot of people do like to play as the striker, but for anyone that's been on this channel for quite a while, you'll know that I like to pass the ball around. I like to knock it around the pitch, set my teammates up, let them get the goals, and try and get the assists myself. I prefer getting the assists over the goals. I want to play selflessly, set the boys up, and that will be no exception in this player career mode as well. Now, obviously, there are quite a lot of good central midfielders in this Watford team, but I still believe, despite being 72 rated, I can nail down a first choice attacking midfield role in this Watford team right from the get-go. You see my objectives for the first season, they're to keep an average rating of 6.0 or better for the season, create 5 goals, I was setting them up or popping them in myself, maintain a pass completion ratio of 65% or better, that's definitely going to happen, and also create 30 goal scoring chances as well. So in the first season, I believe that Marco Silva will trust me to be his first choice attacking midfielder. Again, there are some really good players here. You'll see them in the squad ranking right now. There are some fantastic options and rival players in this team that I'll have to outmuscle to nail down a first choice attacking midfield role, but I believe I can do it. I may be the 11th best midfielder in this team and apparently the worst midfielder in this team to begin with, but I relish a challenge, and I believe that I can be the first choice attacking midfielder right from the get-go and not have to go out on loan. If you take a look at the Watford team though, you can see the stats of the players here at Vicarage Road. It's a really, really good team, and of course this season they're getting a lot of plaudits, Marco Silva in particular, for the way he's coaching the team. Many people tipping him to take over from Ronald Koeman as the Everton manager at Goodison Park, but I'm not sure whether he'll leave Vicarage Road straight away. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below what you think about that. But the Watford team is very, very good, and in the first season I want to do something special with the Hornets as well. Now, back in my FIFA 15 My Player, we helped Burnley get into the Europa League in the first season. I want to do the same with Watford. I'm targeting a 5th, 6th or 7th place finish in the first season and try and do something special with the lads from Vicarage Road. You can see my full list of stats here. Physically, I'm really well balanced. Absolutely love that. And technically not bad either. 73 ball control, 73 long pass, and 76 short pass as well. So some decent stats to begin with at 72 overall. I did have the 5% attribute boost from the start of the game as well, due to my previous experience playing player career mode on FIFA. And also a question for you guys today as well in the comment section down below. What should I do with the training in this My Player series as well? Some people say that if you do all the 5 drills every single week, you progress way too quickly and it's just far too easy to get really, really good on the game. But I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below, what should I do with training? Are there any restrictions whatsoever? Should I have to play some of the drills? Because obviously I'm not very good at doing the training drills myself. I normally always simulate them. Should I have to play the drills? Can I only do like 2 drills a week or whatever? Let me know in the comment section down below what restrictions restrictions I should have with the training in this player career mode. Now, as for the boots as well, this is where the My Player series gets really fun. For those of you that have been watching for a while, you'll know that since back in FIFA 12, I used to do sponsorships in player career mode, and this My Player is no exception either. You can see I've got loads of boots here that have been unlocked, some sexy little boots here from real manufacturers in the game, but I'm not going to be wearing those to begin with. I'll be using some EA generic boots to start off with, and that's because in this My Player, we'll be running sponsorships, and I need to hit certain objectives in order to wear boots from real sports manufacturers. There are 5 sponsorships and 5 sponsors and manufacturers that I'll be trying to impress. The first one is Umbro, and I'll need to be 75 plus rated and play 30 plus games with 10 plus assists and 10 plus goals in order to wear their boots and attract their sponsorship. For Puma, 75 plus rated, 40 plus games, 20 plus assists, 15 plus goals, 20 plus overall progress, and valued at £10 million before I can start wearing Puma boots. As for Under Armour, one of my favourite sports companies, I got to be 80 plus overall rated, 60 plus games under my belt, have 30 plus career assists, 20 plus goals, 30 plus overall progress, and valued at £15 million. And there's 2 more. One is Adidas. I'll have to be 85 plus rated before I can wear some sick little Adidas boots, 80 plus games played, 50 plus assists, 30 plus goals, 50 plus overall progress, valued £25 million or more, have 2 career trophies, I'll have to play in a European competition, and have 1 plus memorable moment. More on that in a moment. And the final sponsorship is the big one, Nike. If I want to wear some Nike boots, I'm going to have to be 90 plus overall rated, play 100 plus career games, have 60 plus assists, 40 plus goals, 60% plus overall progress, valued at £40 million or more, have been capped for England 10 times, have 5 plus career trophies, about to have played in a Champions League final, and have 3 plus memorable moments as well. Now, what are memorable moments? Some of you guys might be wondering. Well, these are memorable moments. 10 things I can do on the pitch to show off my style, show off my skills, and do something which we'll remember as the career goes on. And well, this is going to be quite interesting. I'll be changing some of these as the series goes on. I'll be altering some of these as the series goes on, and the memorable moments count towards perks or bonuses, and I'll be discussing those in a future episodes. The 10 to begin with, though, are to have a fancy pass assist, have a volley assist or volley goal from outside the area, a backheel assist or goal, a bicycle or overhead or acrobatic kick goal as well, a free kick goal, a goal from 30 plus yards, scored a winning or a crucial penalty in a shootout, an assist from inside my own half, a goal line clearance, or to score or assist 5 or more goals in one single game. Again, these 10 memorable moments right here will count towards those 2 latter sponsorships with Nike and Adidas, and also as well, they'll count towards a perk or a bonus of some sort, and there'll be more details on that in a future episode to come. But memorable moments really are going to be something which are really fun in this series, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy this sort of challenge too. So as we got ourselves into the pre-season tournament with Watford, I was ready to make my debut here with a Hornet, going into our first game against the Turkish side, Fenerbahce. The manager Marco Silva did pick me as the first team attacking midfielder in all of the pre-season games, so I had a really good chance to impress early on in this tournament and show why I do believe I should be the first choice for the Premier League games and all the competitive games for this season as well. You can see right to begin with, I was getting involved in the play, passing the ball around, but 8 minutes in, I had a chance to give us the lead here against Fenerbahce and go 1 goal up, but as you can see, it didn't really work out the way I'd been dreaming of the night before making my debut. That was one of the most wayward shots you'll ever see on a one-on-one attempt, and this is why I prefer to pass the ball around. I can't shoot, I can't score, it's not my natural game, but I can do that sort of stuff there. Thread the needle, a lovely through ball, as Jakubiak had a great chance to make it 1-0 9 minutes after the restart, but this shot hit the inside of the post, and eventually Fenerbahce got the ball away. So still 0-0 in this game, but to be honest, the opponents of us in this game weren't really doing too much at all. They weren't really threatening, weren't creating too many chances. We were looking a better team, and just before the hour mark, we would strike and go in front. Andre Gray, the former Burnley striker, gave us the lead, made it 1-0, and whilst I didn't get the assist for the goal, I was involved in the build-up, retaining possession, recycling possession, knocking it around. A nice through ball, gave it to Gray, and Gray fired the ball home to make it 1-0 to Watford, as we did have the lead. And that was how the game will finish as well, because there was only one more chance in the game. It fell to yours truly with 4 minutes to go. I stormed inside the area, had another great chance on a 1-on-1, and again, this time totally messed up. I hit the shot on target, but there was very little power, and it was a pretty simple save for the goalkeeper in the end. So my general play style with Watford in this player career mode will be to operate in the attacking midfield role and knock the ball around, but I will try and be a little bit more selfish in this player career mode. Some of you guys said back in my FIFA 15 my player, I was a little bit too selfless. I wasn't being aggressive enough, wasn't being assertive enough, kept on just being a little bit too timid, passing the ball around when I could easily shoot. So in this series, I will try and get a few more goals as the series goes on, and try and knock the ball into the back of the net a few more times on my own. And whilst I do prefer to pass the ball around, I will try and be a little bit more selfish from time to time and try and get some goals as well. We won the game though, that was the most important thing. I had a pretty decent debut, nothing too special, and again, probably should have scored with one of those 2 attempts on target, but it wasn't that bad, and a decent start to begin with, my first game in professional football. However, as we came to the second game of the group, we then took on the German side RB Leipzig, and whilst my debut wasn't too bad against Fenerbahce, I felt as though in the second game, with Marco Silva trusting me, I needed to do a little bit more in this game, and again, be a little bit more aggressive, call for the ball a few more times, and try and get a lot more involved in the final third. So 15 minutes in here as we were passing the ball around, Daryl Yamak gave me the ball and knocked it through to Decore. I stormed into the area, Decore picked me out, and with my first shot of the game, I found the back of the net for my first goal as I stroked it into the bottom corner, and we had the lead 17 minutes in. The finish wasn't the best, I kind of scuffed it, the celebration was even worse, but I had my first goal in professional football, albeit non-competitively, and it was a really nice goal as well. You saw in the first game, I was doing a lot of this, storming into the box and playing as the most furthest forward player on the pitch, and for this goal, that was what helped me get the goal. But as I saw on the replay for the second time, I realised I was a little bit fortunate to see the ball nestle into the bottom corner. It took a slight deflection of the defender, it was probably going in anyway, but I still managed to claim it, my first goal in professional football, as I stormed inside the area and had that really forward aggressive run. I did that for the entire game as well. Andre Gray sometimes dropping a little bit deeper, so I took over as the striker for quite a bit in this game, but I do prefer to pass the ball around anyway, and whilst for that moment I could have shot, I still wanted to stay true to my normal philosophy when playing in this game and being this selfless creator as opposed to scoring the goals, and that's why just before half time, as I received the ball from Andre Gray, stormed down the right hand side, I picked out Rikard Leeson at the back post with a lovely cross, and we doubled our lead just before half time. And I said to Marco Silva, that's what I can do, and that's what I'm best at. Yeah, I can pop in a few goals here and there, but I'm much better creating the goals, setting the teammates up, and that's why I should be the first choice attacking midfielder in this team, so I'll get a lot of assists in this Watford side. So storm down the right hand side. Again, I'm pretty quick in this game, not rapid, but I think it's 72 acceleration or something like that, or 72 sprint speed, something like that. So had enough pace to storm down the right hand side, getting behind the fullback, and that cross was absolutely sensational. I may not be a winger, I may not be a wide midfielder, but if I am down the flanks, I'm not against crossing the ball in and whipping it into the centre. So Rikard Leeson made it 2-0 to the Hornets. We were in control in this game. RB Leipzig weren't doing too much, but with 17 minutes to go, Timo Werner got gifted the easiest goal he'll ever score in his career by our goalkeeper, who passed the ball straight to him and then had the audacity to start complaining straight after the goal. No mate, it was your fault. But regardless, they did half the deficit but could not come back to level it. We won the second game of the group with a 2-1 scoreline, and I was delighted that for both of the goals I was involved, a goal and an assist in my second game, and won man of the match as well. So a much better performance. I said I need to be a bit more aggressive, I said I need to be a little bit more assertive, so I was calling for the ball a lot more in this game, and that's what I can do with the ball at my feet. A really great display and a much deserved win for Watford. So 2 wins in a row to start the pre-season off. Delighted with that. And also I do want to say as well, the first episode is a post-commentary format, but for the foreseeable future, the vast majority of the games will be live commentaries. The reason I did the first episode as a post-commentary is because I thought it would be a little bit easier for me to discuss the things pre-games, which were quite important in this series. But have no fear, if you do prefer the live commentaries over the post-commentaries, from episode 2 onwards, pretty much every single game, if not every single game, will be a live commentary format. But for the third and final group game, we took on PSV Eindhoven here, and I kind of wish I didn't play this game, so I didn't need to play it. We were already through to the knockout stage anyway. I think only a draw would have guaranteed top spot as well. We took on PSV Eindhoven regardless. We won a dubious penalty in the 67th minute, and Andre Gray tucked it home to give us our third win of 3 and keep our 100% start to pre-season alive. And I feel like Andre Gray might be my bro in this Watford team as well. Back in FIFA 12, my bro was Nicholas Bentler with Sunderland, the Lord, and I linked up quite a lot back in FIFA 12, my player in the first season. In my FIFA 14 player career mode, I had Kasami with Fulham. I feel like Andre Gray might be my bro in this Watford team. He scored 2 goals in the group campaign. I got 1 as well, as did Rikard Leeson, and we topped the group with 9 points from 9. A really great start to the season as well. But for our our semi-final, we took on Leganes here from Spain as we aim to get to the pre-season final. Once again, I did this post commentary game, and once again, just like the PSV game, there was very little going on. There was only one real chance in the 90 minutes, and that came 43 minutes in. Richarlison gave me the ball. I knocked it through to Andre Gray. His shot was well saved by the goalkeeper, but that was basically it. There was so little going on in this game. There was very little to report at all. That is the problem when playing on legendary difficulty in the player career mode. I don't want to duck it down to world class, but I might have to sometimes if the gameplay does become a little bit too tedious. But unfortunately, when you play legendary on player CM, I'm sure some of you guys have found this out as well, the gameplay can be a little bit too static. Very little going on, and this was just one of those games. Not too much to report, which meant we did go into a penalty shootout for the semi-final to decide who would go through to the pre-season final after a drab, damp squib for 0-0. The penalties, I was watching them on the halfway line thinking, please don't get me involved, because I'm probably going to miss, but Troy Deeney missed our one, our second one, and then also Leganes had that one saved there as it was still 1-1. Pereira then took our third one, he scored it, and then Amrabat for Leganes on loan from Watford tucked into the bottom corner, and then it was my time. I was the fourth choice on the team sheet to take the penalties. I stood up to take it from 12 yards and I smashed it home into the left hand side. A nice little celebration there as well, a cheeky little fist pump, so I was delighted. I kept my nerve and scored in my first ever shootout. Straight from the next penalty though, Leganes would stand up and take a crucial one, and it was missed by Rico. A good stop by our number 35, and that gave Richarlison the chance to send us into the pre-season final if he converted our fifth one, but unfortunately Cuellar provided the heroics, kept Leganes in the shootout, but Elzar for them still needed to score, otherwise we were going through. So it was a number 10 against number 35. If he missed it, we were into the pre-season final. If he scored it, it was sudden death, and unfortunately it was a cool penalty. Sent the goalkeeper the wrong way, stroked it home, bottom corner, and it was time for sudden death. We scored our first one through Carrillo, so we were back in front in this game. That put the pressure on Leganes once more. Perez was starting to take this one, once again setting the goalkeeper the wrong way. Then it was another penalty for Watford, which was smashed in off the crossbar. What a spot kick that was, as we once again retook the lead. The number 4 would then stand up and take the next one for Leganes. Moran had to score in sudden death, but instead it was stopped by our number 35, and that sent us through to the pre-season finals. We met our goalkeeper, the hero, in the end, as I lifted him aloft. Watford through to the pre-season final on the penalty shootout. It was nerve-wracking. I mean, it really was. When I took mine from 12 yards and scored, I was thinking, get in, I've done my part. But I was still excited for the boys and hopeful we'd come through and get it done, and we did as well. Our number 35 saving it with his left shin, a lovely stop as we advance to the pre-season final, as we'll be taking on another Spanish side in Eibar as we go in search of our first piece of silverware to begin the series, non-competitively of course, and start the season on a high. But that will end the first episode of My Player, guys, so I really hope you have enjoyed. If you did, then please do drop a like. If you're excited for the series and a new viewer to the channel, then please click the subscribe button as well, as I do upload daily FIFA 18 videos, ordinarily twice a day as well. But thanks for watching regardless, have an awesome day, and I'll see you for the second episode of My Player, featuring that pre-season final and also the first game of the Premier League season very soon.